This is a Land Rover Defender, a spacious, powerful and comfortable SUV with an extremely good-looking rugged exterior design and rugged but refined interior looks that make it the ultimate daily. There is one problem though. A 5-door Defender 110 costs around 2 million rands in South Africa, which is round about 10 Woolworths bags. That's a hell of a lot of money, but what if I told you that you could get similar looks, interior features and road presence for a fraction of the price? Because with Jetour's new to South Africa T2, that might actually be the case. So then, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about how this Chinese SUV might genuinely shake up our SUV segment and why the usual favorites kind of don't hold up anymore. Before we get into the video, if you are looking for a job or you are a contractor looking for trustworthy employees, I have the solution for you. It's called JULUKAWORX.co.za, the sponsor of the channel. JULUKAWORX is an online platform designed to connect skilled artists and skilled individuals with contractors and companies who actually need their expertise. If you are a job seeker, simply go to JULUKAWORX.co.za, create an account with them, sign up for an account with them, and either number one, wait for job opportunities to come to you because contractors are actively looking for employees on there, or number two, you can go on and search for roles that you think you are qualified for. Make sure you go create an account with JULUKAWORX.co.za if you are either looking for a job or you are looking to hire people. Thank you very much to JULUKAWORX for sponsoring the channel, and back to the video. Now, when the Jetour T2 launched in South Africa, it did launch with its smaller brother, the Jetour T1. But seeing as the T2 is just way more popular, that's what we're going to be focusing on in this video. So then let's familiarize ourselves with this very interesting looking Chinese SUV by starting on the exterior. Now, on the outside, it has the same boxy, rugged kind of looking Defender-like style, which is, I feel, purposeful. I think Jetour was targeting people who want a Defender but can't quite afford one. You know, like it's kind of like the poor man's Defender, kind of like the M340i is the poor man's M3. Poor man, still like M340i's, I'm sure they're like north of $1 million. But yeah, it's a relatively nice looking thing. It's got nice big 19-inch alloy rims. It's available in either Glacier White, Lunar Silver, Onyx Black, Titan Silver and Aqua Green. So basically it's available in white, silver, black, another silver and green. They just kind of name them different things to make you think the colors are special. Anyway, moving on. On the outside, we also have LED headlights, LED fog lights, and LED DRLs, really just contributing to this thing's road presence from the front. On the front as well, we also have rain sensing wipers. On the side, we have electric folding and heated mirrors. On the back, we have an electric tailgate, an electric boot door as we would call it in South Africa, and we also have animated LED puddle lights as well. And on the roof we have a panoramic sunroof as standard across all Jetour T2s. Yeah, really nice thing to look at from the exterior, really leaning into that off-road kind of aesthetic without being too much design wise. Now, some people might not like how this car looks. Those, I'm assuming, are the same people that don't like how the Defender looks, but this is a good looking car in my opinion. This is something that I'd be comfortable just dailing and driving every day just because of how nice it looks, in my opinion. Of course, you are free to have the incorrect opinion there as well. Let's jump into the interior. On the inside, we have a really nice looking interior design, kind of also reminiscent of the Land Rover Defender, but I'm not complaining. I love the interior on the Defender and I love the interior in this car as well, and it's also just packed with features. We have an electronically adjustable driver's seat, and both front seats in fact are ventilated. We have a 10.25-inch digital display for your speedometer and a 15.6-inch touchscreen as well for all your entertainment. 15 inches, I think that's even bigger than the screen on this laptop. I think this laptop is 14 inches. Just massive screen, kind of unnecessary, but love to see it. And of course that screen does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. And as you would expect with a car in this price range, as we'll see with the price a bit later on, it does also have push button start and keyless entry. And once again, as you would expect with a car in this price range as well, we have dual zone climate control, and we have all the chargers, USB Type A, Type C, and wireless charging as well. And that big 15-inch screen isn't totally unnecessary. You can use it to view your 540-degree camera system all around the car, which is a really nice feature. And speaking of safety features, all Jetour T2s come standard with cruise control, auto hold assist, rollover mitigation, and blind spot monitoring. We also have rear cross traffic alert and rear collision warning, as well as 6 airbags. This car is dummy proof. With the amount of safety features in this car, you'd have to be a very intellectually challenged individual to crash it. But let's move on to the performance. The Jetour T2 is available with 2 engine options, both petrol. We first have the 1.5 liter 4-cylinder driving the front wheels, producing 125 kilowatts and 270 newton meters of torque. Then we have the biggest engine option, which is a 2 liter petrol engine driving all 4 wheels, 4-wheel drive, producing 180 kilowatts and 375 newton meters of torque. And both these engine options are paired to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission as standard. Right, now that we know what it looks like on the outside and inside and what it performs like, let's ask the question of what does it cost? Well, the Jetour T2 is available in 3 trim options. The lowest spec option is the T2 Aspire, coming in at 569,900 Rand, of course equipped with that 1.5 liter engine. Next step after that is the more mid-range spec option, which is the T2 Explorer, coming in at 639,900 Rands. This one is equipped with the 2 liter 4-wheel drive options, and the Explorer also comes with some extra bells and whistles compared to the Aspire, including an 8-speaker sound system, illuminated Jetour branded side sills, a factory fitted tow bar, and a crawl function for enhanced off-road control. I think this is in place of a low range, because I don't think you get a low range gear with this 7-speed gearbox. It's more like a car oriented gearbox than an off-road oriented gearbox. So that crawl function, I'm assuming, is in the place of that missing low range. And at the very tippy top of the Jetour T2 lineup, we have the T2 Odyssey, the kind of the big boy spec, the last number, baba. It comes in at 679,900 Rand, and of course is sporting that top spec 2 liter petrol. And it also has some more exclusive features over the Odyssey, including electronically adjustable passenger seat, as well as, you will remember, the entire T2 lineup comes with electronically adjustable driver seat as standard. So yeah, your passengers also get to live in luxury here. Also comes with multicolor interior ambient lighting and an illuminated Jetour logo in the front. I think this is what we saw in a lot of the press photos of the car. Those are the T2 Odysseys. So now we know what it would cost you to get it off the dealership floor, but what does Jetour offer you once you've actually bought it and you start driving it? Well, all T2s come with a 7-year 200,000 kilometer warranty, a 7-year 75,000 kilometer service plan, and get this, a 10-year or 1 million kilometer engine warranty. 1 million kilometers. How many cars in this world have reached 1 million kilometers, especially in 10 years? I mean, that's probably not going to happen. You're probably going to get to 10 years before you get to 1 million kilometers, but still, an engine warranty up to that far. Jetour must be really confident in the power plants that are in these things. Now, this is only applicable to the first owner, but still, that is just unbelievable stuff. I can't think of any other manufacturer offering such like a crazy engine warranty. You can see that Jetour is really kind of focusing on people who are going to buy this thing once and keep it for a very long time. Now, obviously the service plan is quite short at 75,000 kilometers, but you can just get an extended service plan and have that engine warranty and know that you're covered in terms of your engine for 10 years, 1 million kilometers. Just absolutely crazy stuff. But yeah, that is the Jetour T2 in a nutshell. A really nice SUV, really nice packaged SUV that has kind of dominated the rest of the markets that it is being introduced to. But let's ask the question of why I said that this SUV is going to dominate the South African SUV segment. You see, the Jetour T2 might be new to us. Like I said in the intro, it is new to South Africa, but it's not new to the entire world. It was launched in the UAE in 2023, I believe, and it was quite literally the 4th best-selling car in the UAE as of February this year. It was behind the likes of the Toyota Land Cruiser SW at number 3, Toyota Hilux at number 2, and the Nissan Patrol at number 1. And the reason for this dominance is just the packaging of this car. It is extremely good looking. It looks very good, interior and exterior. It's a nice looking car. It has a lot of features as well. It is packed with a lot of features that some of those competitors or some of those cars that are better selling than it don't even have. Toyota Hilux is not that advanced in terms of features. I think we've explored that in length on this channel. The Land Cruiser, slightly better than the Hilux, but still very antiquated. The Nissan Patrol, basically a Land Cruiser, but with the Nissan badge. So you can see there why it would be amongst the ranks of those cars. Yes, those cars are very indestructible. They're really tough, but the Jetour T2 is just a way better packaged thing. And on top of all of that, it is simply cheaper. Well, not cheaper, it's more affordable than that competition as well, which is another driving force as to why it's so dominant. This SUV has both of the most powerful things that a car can have. It has premium packaging in terms of the features it has, how it looks, how it drives, everything like that, but it also has budget pricing. This combo is something that a lot of major manufacturers can't replicate quite easily, and is the reason why the T2 was so successful in the UAE. And if we look at this car's direct competition in terms of South Africa, we are going to kind of see the same trend developing. Now, according to cars.co.za, the Jetour T2 has two main competitors in South Africa, which is the GWM Tank 300 and the Toyota Fortuner 2.4 GD6. Now, in terms of just raw off-road capability, the GWM Tank 300 is just plain better than the Jetour T2 with its body-on-frame design, solid rear axle, and low range as well. It also kind of edges out the Jetour T2 as well, pause, in terms of performance with its 2.4 liter diesel 4-cylinder engine producing 135 kilowatts and 480 Newton meters of torque. Now, of course, it will not be as fast in terms of high speed as the Jetour T2, but it is a diesel, so it's going to be a lot more economical and a lot more torquey in terms of the lower speed off-road stuff. But then again, that diesel efficiency and torque comes at a price. This GWM Tank 300 starts at around 700,000 Rand. So yeah, you know, yeah, it is a lot more expensive. Not a lot more expensive. It's more expensive than the top spec Odyssey T2. And the ancient, just ancient 2.4 GD6 Fortuner just doesn't compare at all in terms of features. It's kind of not even the same league here, and its engine kind of doesn't hold up as well, with the 2.4 GD6 only producing 110 kilowatts and 400 Newton meters of torque. Yes, the 2.4 GD6 is a Toyota engine, so it's going to last probably forever, but then again, the T2 is just way better bang for buck, bazalwane. Let's admit it, the T2 is better here. And not to mention the fact that 2.4 liter GD6 Toyota Fortuners cost like 740,000 rands. 740,000 rands for something with a 6-speed automatic gearbox from 2000 years ago. I think we can see here that the T2 also just comes ahead of the Fortuner. Now, in terms of raw off-road capability, this is a body-on-frame SUV that is made by Toyota. The T2 is probably not going to keep up in the off-road stuff, but for everything else, which is what regular buyers are going to use their SUVs for school runs, for traffic, everything like that, T2 is just a way better package. So yeah, the T2 is pretty dominant over its direct competition, being the GWM Tank 300 and the Toyota Fortuner, but I don't think this is the correct segment or the correct way to compare the T2 in South Africa. I think the best way to compare the Jetour T2 in South Africa is to see what we could get for the money. So if we jump on Auto Trader here, we look for new SUVs and we look for a minimum price of 550,000 rands and a maximum price of 700,000 rands, and we kind of ignore all of the Chinese SUVs that are in this price segment, because the Chinese are honestly like dominating this price segment for SUVs in South Africa right now. But if we look at the other competition, on the lower end we find the VW Taigo T-Cross kind of thing. They're basically the same thing with that 1 liter TSI engine. This is a much smaller car, not only in terms of just the engine, but also itself. It's just a way smaller car, and it has a way less premium interior as well. And with that 1 liter turbo 3-cylinder only producing a measly 85 kilowatts and 200 Newton meters of torque, it's also just way less powerful than the 125 kilowatts and 270 Newton meters of torque that come out of the 1.5 variant of the T2 as well. So the Taigo T-Cross does not compare, even though it is around the same price segment as those entry-level T2s. And if we move up a bit in terms of pricing, for around 600,000 rands, you could find yourself a Kia Sportage 1.6 CRDI LX, which is a diesel, which is good, but it only produces 100 kilowatts and 320 Newton meters of torque, which is once again lower than the base spec of the J2. Although it is a bit more torquey, to be fair, but yeah, lot less powerful in terms of just the raw power, the kilowatts. But in terms of the interior and exterior, the Sportage simply doesn't compare, in my opinion. Now you are more than welcome to disagree with me on this matter, because looks are kind of subjective, and I'm assuming that in terms of features they are kind of similar. Not really, but like kind of similar. But I way prefer the look of the J2's interior than the Sportage's interior, not to mention the fact that the T2 is just way more capable off-road. And if we move to the very upper limit of our little price segment here, at damn near 700,000 rands, you could get yourself an Audi Q2, which is basically just paying for the badge. If you bought an Audi Q2 for nearly 700,000 rands with everything that is available on the SUV market in South Africa right now, I would suggest that you go get some professional help, because there might be something wrong with your mental health. Or you could buy something that actually makes sense, a 2025 Toyota RAV4 2.5 hybrid. Now, even though this is a way larger engine in terms of displacement and it is also a hybrid, still doesn't compare to the 2-liter variant of the T2, and not to mention the fact that it's overpriced like basically every Toyota ever, and has an interior from 2019, 6 years ago now. But the RAV4 is a hybrid, so it's probably going to be more economical than the T2, and it's a Toyota, so it's probably going to be more reliable as well. But apart from those two factors, it just kind of doesn't compare. So yes, my friends, you have seen it yourself. The competition does not keep up if we are not looking at the Chinese competition, because the only cars that are kind of close to this car in terms of the features, the packaging, are other Chinese SUVs. Crazy things are happening in the South African motoring industry right now, but you've seen that other brands just can't keep up with this car in terms of how packaged it is. It is, like I said before, premium packaging at budget pricing. Kind of sounds like I'm promoting the Jetour T2 right now, but Jetour isn't sponsoring the video yet. Jetour, hit me up. Let's work. I'm giving you free promotion here, but I think it's genuinely a really good SUV. That's the reason why I made a video about this SUV in the first place. And despite the fact that it only got into South Africa and started hitting the market in mid-November, mid last month, it has already clocked 545 sales as of last month. Crazy stuff. This car just arrived and it's already 44.1% of the cars sold by Jetour in South Africa, contributing to an increase of 44.3% in terms of sales. It has only just gotten in South Africa and it's already doing a lot of work for Jetour in terms of how it's positioned in the overall South African motoring industry. So yeah, in my opinion, I think that we're going to keep seeing a lot more of these things on the road. It's going to be like the phenomena that we saw with the Cherry SUVs whenever they first started arriving. When the Tigos first got here, they kind of started like trickling into our roads, and then they just imploded and they're basically everywhere now. Same with stuff like the Beijing X55. I think that's the phenomenon we're going to see with the J2, only worse. This SUV is going to go crazy, I think, in the South African SUV segment. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. I would love to see what you guys think of this Chinese SUV and just Chinese vehicles in general, and how they've infiltrated the South African car market. But until the next one, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.